Welcome back, everybody. How is everyone doing? Today we are doing a kind of special flight here in honor of Delta announcing the retirement of all of their 737-700 body types. Today we are doing a flight that this aircraft does do for the airline, and that is Atlanta to Key West, which is about a 2-hour flight, so it should be fun. Let's hop up into the cockpit and let's get this show rolling. Alright guys, in the cockpit today, the aircraft is already all configured for the flight today. We are doing the Smiths 3 departure, I believe is the number after the actual departure. And we are departing off of runway 27 right here at Hartsfield International Airport. Our departure time is in about 2 minutes, so we will go ahead and call for our pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Perfect. Then we're also going to go to doors and we're going to close the cabin door. Once that's all closed, we're going to go ahead and cycle our parking brake here. So that the jet bridge pulls away. And then we are going to go ahead and turn our anti-collision light on so that the flight attendants know that it is time to close the boarding or the cockpit door.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Sky Team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight as you're making your way to...
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Alright, come on and connect there. The flight door is locked and closed. CDU display is set, N1 bugs checked, and the ISA bugs checked, and the MCP are checked. We're then going to go to our pushback. Alright. Looks like the aircraft is already here for our pushback, so let's go ahead and once we're connected, we will go ahead and do that. Alright, as our pushback starts, we're going to go ahead and turn our packs into the off positions. And we can go ahead and start engine number 2. N2 coming alive, that's great. We're going to wait for about 25 on here and then we'll add the fuel.
So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Alright, engine number 2 is started and we have a good start. We're going to turn that on to continuous and we're going to go ahead and start engine number 1. There we go, he has the pin out, that's great. Verify clear. Set for takeoff. We're going to go to flaps level 5, that's 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3.
Located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions. Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight. And federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector.
Alright, flight controls have been checked and lower DU is blank. If we just go ahead and hit that for me, perfect. And that's our before taxi, and we're on to our takeoff. We'll go ahead and turn the taxi light on, and we'll go ahead and get on out of here. We can turn these off. We don't have enough fuel for those, and we will go ahead and turn off the APUs, and we'll go ahead and turn on the engines. We'll turn on that yaw damper for us there as well. Alright, and let's begin our taxi to 27 right. Alright, we will go ahead and turn our auto brakes to RTO. The sun guard looks good. These all look good for now. So we will just continue our taxi as we go. Looks like there is a little bit of a line of aircraft up here. So it looks like we will have to wait just a little bit, but it probably shouldn't be too long. Should not be too bad. Alright, now as we pull up to the threshold of the runway, this 757, which you saw, decided to be a little greedy. So we're going to go ahead and turn our wing lights on to notify the flight attendants that we are getting ready for takeoff.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Perfect. The cabin is secure. We'll go ahead and let them know that we're holding short of 27 right. We'll go ahead and taxi into position. Go ahead and turn our taxi lights on. Our wing well lights can come on. Oh, and the 757 is just going to take off with us too. That's great. The realism never stops, ladies and gentlemen. Never. Go ahead and turn our runway turn-off lights on. And our landing lights can come on as well. We're just going to let him get a little bit ahead of us here. And we are going to go ahead and start the clock because we are on the runway. Looks like he's going to wait a little bit here for takeoff. So we're going to stabilize our engines at 40. They've been stabilized. We'll go ahead and hit N1. Oh, of course he's going to take off right there as well. That's great. The takeoff power is set.
knots.
Cross check.
V1. Rotate.
Rotation.
Positive rate.
Gear. Come on up. All right. Autopilot is on. Currently VNav is still not working. I think it's a Zebo thing because I've been having it with the other Zebo as well. But LNav is working, so we'll go ahead and turn our gear to the off position, bring those brakes into the off position, and we're just gonna manually handle the aircraft. We're gonna go ahead and increase our altitude up to 18,000 feet, which is our transition altitude today. Perfect. And we are still waiting here for, we can actually go ahead and increase, go into the 1. And once we hit this speed, we can go ahead and bring our flaps all the way up, cleaning the airplane completely for our flight. And then we'll go ahead and go all the way up and continue our climb. Alright, as we finish our turn here, it looks like we are going to cross about 10,000 feet. Actually, speaking of it, it's going to happen right now, so we'll go ahead and turn off our landing lights, and we'll go ahead and turn off the wing lights. And once we pass 10,000 feet, we will go ahead and ding the attendant so they know they can start the service in the back. I will catch up to you at 18,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family.
Alright, and there's 18,000. Our altimeters go to standard all across the all across the board. There we go. And there we go. Perfect and perfect. All right, we are all set for our cruise, so we'll catch up with you in the air and also at the top of descent.
Good afternoon, folks. From the cockpit, we're starting a slow descent at this time. We would like to ask you to return to your seats, fasten up your seatbelts for the duration of the flight. Been a pleasure having you on board with us. Thanks for flying with Delta today. I can fly attendants go ahead and prepare the cab for our arrival, please.
All right, guys, we are on our final descent here. We've just passed 9,000 feet. Actually, we're a little bit lower than 10,000. Our landing lights are on. We're gonna wait to turn our wing lights on for just a little bit longer here, but you can see Key West right off of the left side of our aircraft. You can see on here we have decreased our speed and we are descending nicely, and we are about to turn into heading select mode so that we go more on a downwind and less coming straight into the approach. I think once we get to this decel point here, we are going to go on to heading select and kind of extend our downwind for the airport. We have our auto brakes set to 2. We'll go ahead and arm our speed brakes so that the airplane does slow down. This airport has a very short runway. It's about 5,000 feet long, so we do kind of have to make sure to touch down and stop the aircraft when we're supposed to, or else we do risk going out off the runway, which, you know, me and my landings, not always the best, but you know, we'll try to do it for you guys here on camera. I've had some pretty good landings with the 737-700. But of course, recording doesn't always mean that I'm just gonna turn around and nail it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we are descending into the runway. We are on basically a short final. We have the
2,500.
Thank you. We'll put those gear down now. We do have the runway in sight. It's a little bit off our nose and a little bit to our left, so we're actually gonna swing out just a little bit this way. Go ahead and put those down. We'll go ahead and arm our speed brakes. And we'll swing it on over. Still a little bit off, that's fine. For some reason the aircraft is not picking up the RNAV, so we're basically, okay, yeah, let's just turn around. We're basically just kind of coming in a little blind here, just doing our own thing. All right, there we go. That's a little bit better lined up for us. There, perfect. Cool, cool, cool. We have one red, one white, which means we are somewhat in the glide slope. Cool, cool. The aircraft seems to be all ready for landing. Perfect.
1,000 to go.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take over the aircraft. And hand fly it in. We'll see how this goes.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch,
I've been
altitude
forgetting the flaps. That's what I've been forgetting. So we'll get those in. real quick here. Perfect. All right. Hello.
500.
All right.
400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Reversers out. We'll start slowing down the aircraft. 80 knots.
80 knots.
Thank you. We are going to continue down to about 60 here. We'll do some manual braking and bring those reversers in. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Key West. The local time is 5:38 p.m. We have this little plane here waiting for us. That's great. All right, those can come off. That can come off. That can come off. Our strobe lights can come off, and our landing lights can come off. We will go ahead and start the APU up here. Perfect. That is starting up. Reversers can come on in. Our flaps can come on in. Go ahead and switch over to the APU generation. As we taxi in here, it looks like we already do have some Delta here, so it looks like our other flights made it here before us, which used to it. Just making sure here that we don't go too far up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. As you saw, we did have a pretty good landing. I'm pretty proud of it, especially for the situation it was in. And we thank you guys for flying along with us today. And I will hopefully join in with me with saying farewell to the Delta 737-700s. They will be really missed. I do love this aircraft, and I flew in a bunch of them when AirTran was still here, what they had them, which are now Southwest. So I love this aircraft. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, welcome to Key West, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.